the World Healing Tour movement with your host, Noah Crane. Heal yourself, heal the world. Hello, and welcome to the World Healing Tour podcast, where our mission is to help you heal yourself so you can heal the world. Hi, my name is Noah Crane. Each week, we will bring you tips and tools and inspire you to live your most empowered and joyful life. I'm also the author of the book, The Grass is Greenest Where I Am, because the grass is greenest where you are when you say so. When you choose to live in a place of no comparison, no competition, and no scarcity. When you choose to live in your own love and light and share your unique gifts with the world, because we're all unique. And that's why it's called World Healing Tour, because when you heal yourself, you truly create that ripple effect for others to heal as well. Each week, we bring incredible guests into studio to help pour into you and support you on your journey. I'm super excited about my guest today. And she's more than just a guest. She's actually one of my friends, and I'm so grateful for her. Sonia Artwell is a holistic practitioner, retreat facilitator, and founder of GLOW, Great Lessons of Women, a movement dedicated to empowering women, entrepreneurs, and organizations to rise in strength, truth, and resilience, guided by her mantra, it's time to do the work in and not just the work out. Sonia creates transformational spaces where people can heal, realign, and reclaim their purpose. Sonia, welcome to the World Healing Tour podcast.
Thank you for having me, Noah. I'm so excited to be here today.
Yes, and I am so excited you're here as well. First of all, your movement, GLOW. Who doesn't want to glow, right? It is incredible. And just the fact that I know you weren't even ready to launch it, but then this book opportunity came, right? The
Yes.
Grass Grows Where I Am, that we're doing with 18 authors. It kept coming to you. Tell me, what was the calling with the book to be a part of this incredible collaboration that we're doing?
For me, as I shared with you before, my plate is already full. I have so much that I'm doing and commitments that I've already made. And so I kept seeing, the post, coming across my phone. And I said, God, what is this you're trying to get my attention for? And when I looked at it, it immediately hit me, the title, The Grass Grows Where I Am. And it's so powerful. It's a simple statement, but it is so powerful. And I said, So I decided to reach out to you and became a part of this amazing book. And to be honest with you, I felt like I was called to this because I said, Spirit, what are you saying to me? And when I saw what he was doing in the spiritual realm, I said, no resistance.
And I love that so much, Sonia. I love how in touch you are with yourself, how you listen. You're so connected to God. You're so connected to your calling. You know when it's time to move, And that's a really special quality to have, because so many of us, we know it's time to move, but we have this resistance inside of us, or that fear that keeps us from moving forward. What is that? Where have you come to a place where, which I see with you, where you kind of don't you're so in the listening that everything just flows easily towards you?
When you've lived as many years as I have lived, and just for clarity, I am only 29.999 years old. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. But when you've lived that many years, for me, I have been through so much, just like many of us. Again, if you've lived these many years, you come to a place where, is this all there is? I didn't want to feel hurt. I didn't want to feel down. I didn't want to feel depressed. I didn't want to experience lack and feeling like there's like hopeless. So I knew that in order for me to be resilient, in order for me to continue to rise time and time again, every time that I fall down and every time that life would throw me these daggers, I came to the place where I knew I had to go within. And in turning inward is when I was able to really get back home to myself, who the real Sonia is. And that turning inward was drawing on the faith, my firm belief in God that He lives inside of me. The I am that's inside of me is God. And so I'm just a mini version of Him. And I just express His love and light and healing and forgiveness and joy. It doesn't mean I don't have pain. It doesn't mean that nothing else goes wrong. It's just I had to go in and draw in my faith. And I'm telling you, the more I got closer and closer to God, I had to learn how to be still. And it's in those stillness, those still moments that I got to know more about myself.
I love that so much.
And so I learned to listen to the Spirit.
Yeah, it's so powerful. Let's talk about stillness. What does it mean to be still to you? Is that sitting in a meditation? What does stillness look like for somebody who wants to get closer to that place that you're talking about, where they can literally get downloads from God and really be even more connected?
That's a great question, Noah. Stillness for me, because everything that I share with you is from the life that I've lived. I am a living, walking testament. And so stillness, you could be anywhere in the world. You just find a quiet place where you can be alone without any interruptions. And you quiet your mouth, your mind, and your spirit, your energy. No phone, no notifications, no radio, no television. And many of us are afraid to do that because we're afraid of what we may find in those quiet moments when there are no other voices. And so when I get still, the thoughts will come. I don't get frustrated because when you first begin to do it, you may get a little frustrated. But I don't get frustrated. I just allow the distractions, the chaotic mind, the noises that's going on within, and then I acknowledge them, and then I release them. And then I say, okay, talk to me. I don't ask for anything. I don't pray for anything. I just want to hear. But how I do that, I go into my special garden, which is a beautiful place that only exists within me, right? And I just cross that threshold of my chaotic mind and I enter this beautiful garden that is full of light, God's light and His presence and the angels and the flowers and the waterfall and all this beautiful, the birds. And when I enter in, I just let everything go. Actually, I dump everything in these two huge garbage bags, all of my fears, doubts, everything, and I just let it go. And then His light just begins to draw me to a special place where I just surrender my thoughts, my will, everything about me that makes me me. And so I just deny myself. It's a total surrender. And I just let the divine touch me and begin to talk to me, feed me. And that's where the stillness comes from. And I get so much from Him. But also, once you do that, all the answers doesn't come immediately. But as you go about your day, your spirit says, make that phone call. Your spirit says, send this email. Your spirit brings you across the path of someone else. Someone calls you. And so this is where the answers come, from. So that's stillness. And stillness also means that you could be anywhere in the world, but you have to go within. And I find that many people find it hard to do that. They have to hear the noise. They have to hear the TV to fall asleep because they are really, it's scary sometimes because you may not like what you find, honestly.
So when somebody goes into stillness, how long do you recommend they do it for? Like when you go into stillness, is it an hour? Is it a half hour? Is it 20 minutes? Does it vary? Or do you do it more than once a day? Do you do it a few times a day? What kind of, what for a beginner, somebody who's listening now and
Someone
wants to
who's
begin it?
beginning, because this is very challenging for most people with today's technology, we just cannot stay away from the phone. So the first thing that I do that I would suggest to you is to begin this in the morning when you wake up. Don't engage with your cell phone, any messages, any email notifications. Don't even look at your phone. Before your feet hits the ground, right there in your bed, in that moment where you're in the middle of consciousness and subconsciousness, that's where a lot of the energy, that's the most powerful point when you're half awake, half asleep. And you just thank God, ground yourself in gratitude, just thanking God, and many people may say the universe or the divine. Either way, we are spirit beings and we're connected to to the divine. And just in that moment, you just relax, you accept, you trust, you let go, and you just be grateful and allow that moment and inviting him, the spirit, whatever you want to say, call it, to come within you and just feed you right there. You let go, you be vulnerable, you cry, you laugh, you yell, you scream, and then you release. And that's where it begins. So I would say start out with at least 10 minutes. But I promise you this, each time you do it, you get stronger and stronger at it. But guess what happens? You're going to want more because you begin to change. You begin to see, oh, I need more of this. And most times I'll be like, oh God, the timer would go off after 20 minutes. Oh God, no, not now. I need more time with you. That's what happens. And then it goes on. And so, yeah, at least 10 minutes to begin. But you're going to want more because you're going to see the change in your life and others around you will begin to see the change.
I love that. When we did our mastermind and you were one of the presenters, you said that everything that you were presenting, you got downloaded. God literally showed you this is what you should say and this is what you should speak. And your presentation was amazing. And you literally just got the download and he showed you what to do. How did that happen? Can you just tell us more about that?
Again, one of my moments on the left side of my bed in the dark, I always say, I don't want to say anything that is of me. I want to speak exactly what is going to touch the heart, even of one person. That way, the words that come out of my mouth is not to hear myself speak. I am just a vessel. I am just the conduit of love, right? And of peace and of hope. And so let the words that come out of my mouth be the words that you want me to say, not frivolous things, exactly what needs to touch that person. And you know what they want to hear. And literally, I'm laying there and these words are coming out like I was actually there on a stage and I'm just speaking and I'm laughing at the things that I'm hearing and I'm smiling. And when he said, just imagine, because I'm a dreamer, I see when you speak or I hear a song, I immediately see images. Mm-hmm. So if I hear a song, I create a whole movie just from hearing the words. And so as he's speaking, I began to see the images of us being on the beach when I was trying to express the difference between paralyzing pain and debilitating pain, the difference. And so he took me back home to Jamaica where I was born. And that was phenomenal. Like, it blew me away.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great that you have that ability to listen and be able to express it. So the stillness has a lot of power in it.
Oh, definitely. That's where I get it from.
So yeah, I love that so much. So let's talk about glow and your movement. Where did that come from? I mean, you're an extremely creative person. I literally went to a play that you produced, right? What was the name of that play?
Waking Kaya.
Wake in Kaya. I always have to have you tell me that. So Wake in Kaya. What an amazing play, right? You had people flying from Africa, right, to perform in that play.
Yes.
I mean, you're extremely talented. I mean, it was literally an incredible play. So where do you get all that talent from, and where did glow come from all that?
Well, first, thank you for sharing your experience with that theatrical production of Waking Kaya. I honestly believe that all of us are given great gifts and talents, and my gift and talents automatically, I'll tell you, come from God. The In the creative space of the performing arts. As you know, I'm a director and a producer trained, and I've been doing this for many years. I just never crave the spotlight. I just do and exercise and express the gifts and talents. And that's where it comes from, first and foremost. And I just know that story again is about was about resilience, and the sisters who were refugees due to the genocide that occurred in Africa. And so yeah, we had authentic Africans that came. The drummers were West Africans. The choreographer, my star, was from Nigeria. It was a beautiful production. And so for me, again, it's telling stories. I think we've lost the art of storytelling, right? Because it gives us so much wisdom from generations before to now. And so with all of the things that I've been through in my life and seeing how I've been able to rise and rise and rise again, time and time again, no matter how many times I fell, as a matter of fact, my first lesson in resilience came from my mother when I was a little girl. And our house was burning down with us inside. And I couldn't have been more than maybe 5 or 6. And I remember waking up and seeing the house in flames. And thank God he used me to save my family. And when my mother came home, because she was out of town, the first thing she said, she didn't know there was a fire. She said she just came and saw our house. She came home and our house wasn't there, just cinder, smoking. And her first words were, "Where are my children? Where are my children?" And they told her where we were. And she said, "Thank you, God." And when she saw us, she hugged us and she said, "Thank you, God." And I saw my mother. She didn't shed a tear. I saw my mother rebuild. So we went from 5 kids and my mom in one room that we had to go to live in now because we lost everything. Rebuilt. And then she was able to, buy another house. And, it taught me then that when all is lost, family, love still endures. And that's where I learned my first lesson of resilience. She embodied that in everything that she did and the sacrifices that she made. So yes, my mother, Maggie Artwell, is everything to me. And I just know that all of those stories need to be told, because I always believe that there's a story in everything and in everyone. And your story is important. So how Glow came out of this, again, every production that I did, it was always, even in my medical business, it was always about how can I help and care and make a difference in every person that I encounter. And I'm so blessed. I get to do that every day in my medical business, in my production company, and now with Glow. And of course, as you know, Glow is not going to be launched until next year, but because I'm a part of this beautiful book, The Grass Grows Where I Am, the Spirit says it's time to launch Glow. And so You asked, what is glow? And glow stands for great lessons of women. The wisdom, my chapter in the book is Women's Wisdom, Nurturing Resilience Through Mind, Body, and Spirit. Because I realized that true healing is not just physical. We have to integrate the mind and the body and the spirit to experience harmony and true transformation. And so I have helped countless women over the years as it relates to their health, their mind and their spirit and their body. And I realized that they would focus more on the physical because they wanted to lose weight or get fit, but they were still not working on the inside. And because I saw how the work within is transforming my life, I live it every day. It's not just a one-time thing. It's a continuous process of going within every single day, and you get better and better and stronger at it. And so Glow is a space where we ignite true transformation from the inside out. It's a space where we amplify voices, we come together and we collaborate so that each woman is about creating a ripple effect. When one woman grows and rises, then it doesn't just stop there with her. Her growth sparks another woman's growth and another woman's until entire communities and companies and cultures begin to rise together, And so we see so much on social media about the outside. But I promise you guys, without doing the work within, you will never experience true peace. You will never experience the true you. Forget what society has been showing us, who we should be, who we should show up as,
No, I love that, and that was a long question, and I got a long answer. So that was that was
It was
great.
3 parts.
Yeah, it was 3 parts. So that's great, and I love listening to you talk. Like I just love it. So I'm like, let her talk. I love hearing her talk. It's beautiful. I love who you are, Sonia. I love your heart and soul and mission. And there's something that you say that really has touched my heart because I think the same way too. You say if not everybody's welcome at the table, then I don't want to be a part of that table. And I love that because we all want to be accepted. Nobody wants to feel rejected by the world. And so often, not only are we rejected by the world, but we reject ourselves, because we've been rejected so much. Where did that come from? That one, all for one and one for all mindset, where you really have that inclusive love for everybody to be a part of something? Maybe your mom?
Oh, absolutely. Maggie Artwell, like everything, like Forrest Gump said, my mama always said, my mama always said to us, no man stands alone. She said, no man is an island. We all need each other. That's something that she grounded us in, to know not to be selfish where it's at the detriment or disadvantage to someone else where they're hurt. So she was always inclusive. And so I was raised in the mentality, like I said, I was born in Jamaica, lived in the Cayman Islands, saw my mother, again, draw us from Jamaica after the fire to the Cayman Islands. She was just bent on giving her children a better opportunities at life. And then she moved us from the Cayman Islands. It wasn't enough opportunities there for her children. Oh, no. So she moved us to the United States, to give us even greater opportunities. So God bless America. And what I learned is that we need each other. People need people. And, when it comes to sitting at a table, when you're going to negotiate, even for a job interview, I believe that everybody should win. So if I'm a part of that table that you invite me to, and we're going to negotiate or collaborate or create, if everybody at the table is not winning, I don't want to be a part of that, because No one should walk away feeling at a disadvantage. When I even do, for instance, my production, or even in all of my businesses, I always make sure that the staff understand this fundamental philosophy. From the doctor to the janitor, no one is more important or get better treatment or is more privileged than anyone. So you treat the doctor with the same respect that you treat the janitor that wipes that toilet so you can use it, right? Everybody is important. Their story is important. They're someone else's parent, child, father, uncle. They're important. Every patient, I tell my staff, treat them with the dignity and respect and care that you would want if your mother was on the table, if your sister, your brother, or your auntie, you treat them the same way. So when they would call and say, "Oh, doctor, this is here," or "the president of this is here," I don't want to know that, because they're going to get the same treatment as the indigent on the street. So that's where I got that from. It's about caring about people, that they're human beings, they're God's people, and it doesn't matter their socioeconomic status, their backgrounds. They are very important. So if you're at my table, you're going to be winning. And if I give you the opportunity to speak up, and if you don't speak up for yourself and say, "Listen, I don't see how I benefit," then that's on you. But I give everyone the opportunity. I just don't like people to be taken advantage of. I don't like it. As a matter of fact, I was the advocate ever since I was growing up. You know how the kids are. You have mean girls sometimes. They don't want to play with this one because their uniform is crushed, or their hair isn't right, or they're poor. I would befriend those kids and really stay away from the quote popular kids that wanted me to be a part of their group. No, I don't know, since I was a child, my mom put that in us. So yeah, that's where that comes from. I'm just tired of people being fake, and laugh and smile in your face while they're stabbing you in your back. Enough of that. You've dealt with it. No, I just want people to when mom says, treat people like you want to be treated, can't we just have a heart for each other? Like, really stop the fighting and respect that they are human beings just like you. And their lives are valuable just like you. And you're no better. If I cut you right now, you're going to bleed red blood, just like the homeless in the street. So I just always bring that love. It doesn't matter who you are. Treat people with dignity and respect and love. Because if you love yourself, you would not treat people in any way that diminishes them in any way. Just come from a place of love. Even if you get hurt, do the work within to get over that hurt and continue to love anyway. I'm sorry.
No, I love that.
I didn't mean the waterworks to come.
I love the passion and the love you have in your heart. And I do believe that, just like you, that we're all for one and one for all. And when everybody wins, that's what makes the beautiful world, right?
Yes.
It's not when one person wins and another person loses. So, I love that your heart's in the right place and that you want everybody to glow. The whole world should glow, right?
Absolutely.
And light up.
It's all about the glow.
It's all about the glow.
But just a quick joke. He just brought me a napkin, right? But remember the other day I was speaking at the author roundtable, and you thought I needed a napkin because you thought I was going to cry. But I wasn't going to cry. So today I made sure. I come prepared. I got paper towels.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
I got toilet paper just in case we run out. So let the waterworks come. I'm prepared.
Good. It's good to be prepared.
Anyway, I just couldn't avoid that. Sorry,
I love
Noah.
that. No, it's beautiful. I love your heart and soul, and that's what's so beautiful. You want to hear something funny? Not to say anything bad, but I work part-time in a boutique, And the other day, this homeless person was walking in front of the boutique back and forth. So the girl that I work with went and locked the door because she didn't feel comfortable. She's like, oh, I have my son's wedding coming up. I don't want to die. Okay.
Okay.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, why would you die? Like, it's just a homeless person. What's the big deal? But you know what it is? It's the fear, right? The fear that comes into people's lives, right? We have all these fears, not just the judgments, but the fears too, right? So when I was done with work, all I wanted to do was go find this homeless person, right? That's all I wanted to do. Go find this homeless person. I'm not afraid of him. I want to find him and I want to give him whatever money I had in my wallet to give him something, to see if he needs anything, like that's how I felt about him. I wasn't scared of him. I wanted to, because whether somebody's homeless or somebody's in a suit, they can be a killer and they can be bad. It doesn't matter, but it's like our own judgments, and the judgments cause a lot of separation, and a lot of I'm better than you, you're better than me. And it comes also, I think, from like families and passed down and the fear and all that stories that we tell ourselves. And really, like you said, everybody wants love and compassion. Everybody needs love. That homeless person needed more love than anybody probably that day. And just giving him some money and, like it made me feel good that he's looking at garbage cans for food. Like if I have some money, why wouldn't I want to give him? And then another friend was like, oh, but you shouldn't give people that are homeless money because they can use it for drugs. Well, that's again a judgment, because it's none of your business what people use for. If you either give or you don't give, but just do something to make a difference, right, in somebody else's life. And it makes you feel good about who you are when you're contributing to other people's in a positive way.
That's beautiful, Noah. I love that.
Because you would have done the same thing. That's
absolutely. And you always say that we mirror each other. And you have so much love and true, just a pure heart. And that is not easy to find. And so I just give you your flowers now.
Thank you.
You are amazing. That word is just not enough of an adjective to describe who you are. And I just want you to know that.
Thank you so much.
You are just God's child. And you walk and live and breathe everything that you say.
Thank you. Thank you for being my mirror. And I think that's what it is that when we live in our hearts, it doesn't mean that we think with our hearts, right? I don't believe in thinking with my heart because my head's above my heart, right? For a reason, you guys. But I live in my heart. So I can always come from that love heart space. I don't have to come from that judgment place, because judgment is here. It's not here. Here's pure. Here's love. Here's kindness. Here's compassion. Here's gratitude, right? It's here, right? So we need to sometimes move the energy from here to here, especially for each other, because, like I always say, we all want more love and compassion, but why are we so tough at like sharing that with other people? It doesn't make sense.
It's just fear.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Fear drives a lot of decisions, a lot of wars, a lot of misunderstandings. And that's what it is. And then it also comes from, again, a lot of it from childhood. As you get older, it's fear. That's what
fear
it is.
Can drive everything in your life. It really can if you let it.
If you
right?
let it.
And so let's talk about fear as it comes to the words we use. I know you talk a lot about the words and how words impact us, either in a positive or negative way. You even gave us a challenge at the mastermind.
Yes, I'm going to give it again today.
Yes, I love that. So let's talk a little bit about words and why our words are so important for us to get what we want from our lives.
Okay, so my foundation with that, again, stems back to my faith. I'm a proud woman of faith. And without my faith, I wouldn't be here today. And I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a personal relationship with the Creator, right? And so my history and my background is that God created the heavens and the earth, right? And so because He's a creator, He says that I created you in my own image. That means we are little mini gods running around. And since He created us in His own image, then it means that we can speak things into existence. We are little creators. And every word that we utter, just like he did, let there be light, right? Let there be, the heavens and earth. It means that everything we speak like our creator, since we're created in his own image, we are creating things with our words. And so we've been taught that life and death is in the power of the tongue. And that's why the other day when I spoke at the mastermind, one of the tools I offered was to bridle your tongue, because in it is life and death. Sometimes, I would ask the question, when you speak, are you speaking life into yourself? Are you speaking life into your situations, into your children, into your finances? Or are you speaking death with careless words? Because whatever you continually say, that is what you shall have. So if you say, I'm ugly, I'm stupid, just as a joke, oh my God, I forgot my keys, I'm so stupid.
People say that all the time.
Yes, you keep repeating it over and over again as if it's a joke. But it will then continue to show up in your life. The universe, the angels, all these circumstances will come together to continue to give you situations that you're going to feel stupid, right? So if you say, I can't do it, I'm not going to go for this interview because I'm not going to get the job anyway, you're already lost, right? So what you say, if you say you're going to get the job, you're right. If you say you're not going to get the job, you're right. So it's whatever we say, because words are powerful, and that's why we have to be mindful about even what we say to our children when we're raising them. If they tick you off, run inside the closet, yell and scream, and come out, and you say nothing but positive things into your child, because those words coming from their parents, it shapes who they are. And sometimes then they have to work and find their way back to get rid of all those negative things that no longer allows them to be themselves.
No, I actually have a chapter in my book, The Grass is Greenest Where I Am, that say your words create your world, and your world is created by your words.
Absolutely.
So I do totally believe that it makes a huge difference for how you speak. And you gave us a challenge. Talk about the challenge that you wanna give them the challenge here as well?
Yes. So I would love to share the challenge with you. And it's something that you can begin doing today. So here it is. I'm going to challenge the safety that you feel in your self-imposed limitations. The words that you say out of your mouth that limits you. And when you begin to exercise this challenge, you will find how many things that you say that are destroying your life and others. So here it is. For the next 3 days, 72 hours, you will not utter or let cross your lips any negative word. This is what it looks like. You will not say anything negative about yourself. Oh, I forgot to put the butter in. I'm so stupid. Oh, I forgot my keys. I'm so stupid. No. You will not say anything negative about your husband, your wife, your spouse, that annoying coworker. Someone cutting you off on I-95 on the turnpike. And you may need a muzzle for that one because most people, they just can't deal with, being cut off. They really road rage, right? So that is a challenge. Don't utter a single thing out of your mouth that is negative about anything or anyone. Now, here is some good news. If you happen to fall off the track of this challenge, you can get right back on. So if you say something negative, immediately correct it right there on the spot and reset the 72-hour clock. But this is something I want you to make fun so that you're not so rigid with it. Make it fun, like invite your brother, your sister, find an accountability partner, your kids, your girlfriend. And if you mess up, just say, oh my God, you wouldn't believe what I just said. I gave the challenge and I had so many people call me to ask me to be their accountability partner, which is not what I expected. And they were telling me that they would start immediately and then they would actually make a mistake, and then they will start over again. But it becomes, what is this about? It's about helping you to become more aware of your things that you're saying, beginning to practice mindfulness. So next time, pause and think before you speak. And if you start the sentence and you realize it, you can immediately correct it. And then give us a call. Not a call. Nope. I can't take too many phone calls. But, just follow us on social media and at info. You can email me actually at info@glowforgrowth.com. Or you can follow us on Instagram at glowforgrowth. At glowforgrowth. All social media platforms, Facebook. And share with us, the challenge that you're having within the challenge of doing this, and the experiences about how proud I know that you'll be of yourself when you realize, oh my gosh, I stopped myself. It's a great thing. It's going to improve your self-awareness.
I love that. And when I say something that's negative, I say cancel.
I love
Say
it.
cancel, and then I re-say it, So you can always cancel, right? And re-say what you want instead of speak negative. Because, seriously, like I listen to people speak, even like in anywhere that I am, and the language is so negative, and they're not even present to it, And you ask people, how you doing? And they'll be like, I'm hanging in there. Like even that, okay, it's not empowering, right? No, who wants to be hanging in there? Which I understand. We go through things and, we might have a hard day, but it's just like, it's something they use on a daily basis. It's not like once in a while. It's like every day they're hanging in there, And I just think by changing our words and saying, oh, I'm just grateful for this moment, I'm so happy to be alive, because we all have challenges, but we all have things to also look forward to. So it's, refocusing it, right?
Yes, absolutely. I honestly believe that with this challenge, it's going to ignite change for people. They're going to end up really going inward to say, why am I saying that? Why did I do that? Why did I make that comment? And it's going to change some lives. It's just the beginning of the work in.
Yes, absolutely. I love that. It's all about looking at yourself and seeing, what can you tweak? What can you change? It can create a really positive change in your life. And then the words are something that create a huge shift when we start using them in a way to empower our lives rather than to, take away from ourselves the energy, the positive energy that we want.
I agree with that. I always remember there are two things I would love to share is about the mindset. I'm a big mindset advocate, and I live it and preach it. Is these words that we speak, they originate in our thoughts, right? And so I always say the mind can either be a prison or a sanctuary. Which is it that you choose, right? And you are the only one that has the keys, Noah. And those keys are your thoughts. And those thoughts create feelings and emotions. And then we speak them out. And if you could just guard your mouth and guard your mind, because every word that you speak is a seed. Every word that you speak is a seed. And that seed, once it comes out of your mouth, hits the ground and it begins to grow. And just be careful of what you say. Guard your mind, which are your thoughts, and guard your mouth. Don't speak anything that you don't want to have manifest in your life.
So be careful what you're seeding, right?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, always
be aware of what you're seeding in the ground.
Yes.
Because it's going to grow, you guys. So be careful.
Yes, I always say, what are you trying to grow?
Yeah. So feeding your mind. How do you always say? Feeding your mind, feeding
the mind, body, and spirit. We have to nourish all three to have true healing and true transformation. Because, that's what Glow is also about. Glow is so much. It's literally about understanding that without these three being nourished, you will never find true happiness. It doesn't mean you're not going to have pain. It doesn't mean you're not going to still encounter betrayal. but you will be stronger and be able to be more resilient. So we try to nurture resilience again through the storytelling, because sure, Glow shows up like a business conference. Sure, it may feel like a holistic retreat. Sure, it may look like, a workshop and those things, which it all is. But it's really about creating a movement, and not just a movement. It's creating a space where we can all grow and heal and lead together. Midlife women are going through so much. Marriages are being destroyed with a simple thing that is a part of our lives as menopause. Menopause is one of the largest, the most, I think, destroyer of marriages, because we don't understand what's happening to our bodies and our minds, nor does our partner, our husbands, our spouses, our jobs. So Glow, again, is that holistic approach for corporate team building, right? For individuals to find themselves again, and so much more.
Yeah,
We have
and we need
amazing
and
things.
we need community. We need community. We need each other, so we know we're not crazy as we're going through things, and we have the support. And that's what you bring, is the support for women, so they can continue to glow,
Absolutely.
continue to glow and shine in the world. Let's talk about the think it, feel it. Break it down for us.
Yes, this is something that I live by, and I chose to, and I'll share it with you. It's a mantra. It's called think it, feel it, say it, live it. And in the simplest way, without actually teaching on each one, I'll just share this. Think it. I consciously choose the thoughts that shape my life. Feel it. I let my heart truly believe that it's already mine. Say it. I only speak power, life, and possibilities into my dreams, into my family, and into my life. Live it. I step out each day boldly, as if everything that I need and want is already real, happening right now. I no longer put anything in the future, Noah. I believe it now, that it's happening right now, because we can't go back to yesterday and change anything. We can't predict and reach into the future and say this is how it will be, but we have right now, this present moment. So everything you and I need, it's already inside of us. And people think that we're just making up stories, or La La Land. Oh, they're in La La Land. No, it's a reality. And so this is what Glow is going to be able to help people to shift that mindset and empower them to really come back home to their true self, right? Not what they've been told who they should be, right? We perform every single day. But how about when you shed all that performance? How about when you get in front of that mirror and look at yourself? Can you look into the mirror, not at your makeup, not at your beard, not at your haircut, not at your abs, not at your excess adipose tissue? Look into the mirror, into your own eyeballs, and hold that gaze. Many people can't do that, because then you begin to see behind the eyes, behind the mask, a lot of things that you don't want to confront. But that's something that you can begin doing as well. Mirror work.
Yeah, mirror work is powerful. And Louise Hay, she speaks a lot about
Yes,
mirror
I
work.
love her.
Yeah, I love her too. She was one of the first people that I read her book, You Can Heal Your Life.
Mm-hmm.
And she's the first person that actually helped me start transforming myself and healing. So
Another woman, right?
yes,
creating that ripple
She
effect.
was amazing. She left a huge legacy for us to follow as well. So we definitely all need each other. Well, the time's gone by so fast,
Oh,
Sonia.
wow.
I can't believe it's been an hour since we started talking. Can you tell people again how they can find you, connect with you, reach out to you to learn more?
Yes. So, Glow, you can find us, which means Great Lessons for Women. You can find us through email. Actually, you can connect with us through email at info@glowforgrowth.com. And on all social media platforms, Glow for Growth. As we're building this community, I invite you to connect with us so that you can see all of the amazing things that we have launching for you in 2026 for the new year. So we're doing all that background work right now. But I just want to leave this invitation with you. Just imagine a sacred space where women come together to heal and rise together, where wisdom is shared, where laughter is healing, where purpose is just dancing beautifully with passion, where your story matters, right? Your story matters so that your journey becomes the light in the window for another woman to find her way home back to herself. That's what it means to glow. It's more than just a movement. It's a sisterhood, a collaboration of hearts and dreams. So we can grow, heal, and lead together. So I invite you, sister, come glow with us. Because the radiance that is inside of you, the world is waiting for. And only you alone can bring that radiance. So bring it. I invite you to come and glow with us.
I love that so much. And also check out Sonia's chapter in The Grass Grows Where I Am anthology book. It's incredible. And you can also connect with her there as well. So this was great. I so enjoyed our time together. And you're a natural. I just love listening to you. And yeah, you're just incredible. They're lucky to have you and to be able to glow with you together in the world.
Well, thank you for having me, Noah. Thank you for being so kind with your words and for giving me this opportunity to be here today. There's so much to tell, so much to share. I really invite everyone to follow us because this is not just, I usually wait until I'm a doer. Instead of talking, I like to do. But this has forced me to, again, follow the spirit, the book, to begin the launch of Glow so that other women can be helped. But guess what, guys? We're not forgetting about you, okay? Because as your women heal, oh my gosh, you're going to love them even more because this is something I do privately, but now it's going to be public because I have husbands saying to me, what did you do with my wife? Please, I want her to come back. No, seriously. And so, guys, we're looking out for you, too. We're healing your women so they can come for you, showing up as their best self.
I love that. It's all connected. Everything's connected. When you heal one, you heal the next. So it's everything's the energy you created. Yeah. I'm not even going to ask you what's next in 2026 because you guys, there's going to be retreats. There's going to be so much coming up. So just make sure you connect with Sonia and learn more about Glow and how you can be a part of her incredible community. I'm excited for that. It's going to be incredible. Thank you, Sonia.
So much, Noah.
It's been awesome. I loved our interview.
I appreciate you so much.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
I know this is, a podcast, but I just have to share love with you.
Oh, I love you. Thank you. Amazing. Well, Sonia is incredible. And she literally calls me on days when I'm any day out of the blue and she'll be like, I just want you to know how amazing you are and how you're doing so much. I mean, who does that? Like, it's just such a gift to have people that empower you in your life. So make sure you connect with her. I want to thank you today for joining me on the World Healing Tour podcast. Until next time, remember to practice actually these 3 important elements that I always talk about. Element number 1, remember every day to have a grateful heart and connect to your gratitude. When you're connected to your gratitude, you're connected to positive feelings and positive emotions, and therefore drawing more positive people, things, and experiences into your life. Number 2, remember to ground in love and compassion. First, love and compassion for yourself, because we all need more love and compassion, right? And then learn to share that love and compassion with others. The more love and compassion you put out in the world, the more love and compassion you will receive in your own life, because everything that you put out will come back to you tenfold. So continue putting out that love and compassion in the world. And number 3, remember that you're not alone. This journey is guided. And I say guided by God. Whether it's God, universe, source, higher power for you, know that you're not alone. This journey is guided. Learn to be a good listener and listen to the guidance of the God, of the messengers that come into your life. You'll always be guided in the right direction when you learn to go within and not just be outside of yourself and listen to everybody's noise and opinion. Until next time, my friends, have a beautiful week. Namaste. The World Healing Tour Movement with your host, Noah Crane. Heal yourself, heal the world.